There are a lot of mysteries revolving around tugs, but one I've wanted to know for the longest time is the full story behind Captain Zero and Johnny Cuba. Whatever went down between these two has always been fun to think about, and considering how short-lived Tugs was, their relationship is only brought up 4 times. So at face value, there really isn't much to go off of, but what I have to say could very well be the only forms of answers. And by answers, I mean theories, as you don't have to take any of these as fact. And now with all that out the way, let's begin. Number 1. Not so honest livings. We know from the Coast Guard that they were on good terms, so maybe Johnny worked for Zero. Judging by the condition of both docks, Zero's appears to be the less financially stable of the two.
Yes, but what's devious?
What's devious is what's necessary to make an honest living in these days of corruption and bad business ethics.
We also know that Johnny is a smuggler, so perhaps he snuck some cargo to the captain so he could then sell these goods on the black market. I mean, there's only 5 Zeds, 2 less than Captain Star's 7, so naturally, Zero will have far more difficulty finding business, which leads me into my next theory. Number 2. Shady Reputation. When Zebedee first sees the gangster, he says that Zero owes him. But what for? What if the reason Captain Zero struggles to find work is because of Johnny? Perhaps businessmen and potential customers heard from the grapevine about Zero's activity with Cuba and chose the better option, i.e. Captain Star. Naturally, he wouldn't take this very well and stopped doing business with Johnny in order to repair his company's image, leaving Johnny angry at losing his closest business partner. And maybe High Winds is him planning out his revenge,
where he'd arranged to meet his criminal friends.
While the thought of the captain sinking his tugs is brought up from Zebedee's point of view and could very well be him feeling paranoid, it does leave you to wonder how passionate Zero is in keeping the Z-Stacks well away from what used to be his friend. Number 3. A scheme gone wrong. Perhaps this change in Captain Zero's tone was during a time of war. Perhaps a case of espionage? Perhaps a case where Johnny's smuggling took a step too far? I'm thinking perhaps some spies stowed away on Johnny and nearly got him and Captain Zero arrested. Or, before owning his own fleet of tugs, Mr. Mully was in charge in carrying out some sort of plunder. An operation in which he hires Johnny to transport the stolen goods, which results in the gangster getting arrested. And when being questioned, he reveals who organised the operation, which results in Mully immigrating from Scotland to America and becoming Captain Zero to try hiding his identity. And with the remaining money made from his time with Johnny, he buys out his own dock and slowly builds up a fleet of tugs, further establishing himself as Captain Zero. Number 4. Loss in trust. As mentioned before, Zero and Johnny were friends, but what if their relationship worsened throughout their time doing business together? During the early days of their partnership, Johnny would have most likely smuggled on a smaller scale by carrying stuff like fruit or alcohol, which made a reasonable income for Captain Zero. However, as time went on, Johnny started transporting more contraband such as cocaine. The more contraband Johnny brought in, the more Zero feared landing in prison. Eventually, the tramp steamer stole machinery from the Navy, which was the last straw for the captain, and he immediately cut ties with Johnny, demanding that he never sail into Big City ever again. So, that was fun, wasn't it? As said in the beginning, you don't have to believe anything I've said in this video, and seeing as no one else has touched on this subject, I'd love to hear other people's thoughts, so be sure to sound off in the comments below. You've been watching Scrapyard Studios, and I will see you soon.